Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Hillyer, and I know some of you, but a lot of you probably don't know me. So I have been coaching for about 2.5 years, and I'm coming today to talk to you guys about growing your like page and how that can create amazing momentum in your business for not only customers but coaches. So since I don't know a lot of you, I kind of want to tell you a little bit about my story, how I started and how I transitioned to my like page. So again, I started a little over 2.5 years ago. I had less than 500 friends on Facebook. So I was not really into social media. But for me, I was newly married and I knew I wanted to have children and stay at home with my kids. And so this kind of provided me a platform to do that. So I decided, I'm just going to go all in. So started my business. I've hit Success Club 10 every month, again, for the last 2.5 years. But I did it through my warm market, or, warmish, as I continued to add friends. So it wasn't until last summer, I was pregnant, and I was actually put on bed rest. And so that was 1.5 years into my business. I had been using my personal page. I had, again, just been expanding my network in the ways we talk about. Adding friends, finding people in groups, and that had worked. SC10, I was a 2016 Premier Coach, and then last year I was able to get to Elite, a 2017 Elite Coach. So, I was growing a team. But like many of you guys, it felt hard. I felt like I was pulling people to join me, right? I was like, please join my team. I promise, it'll be great. You'll love it. It wasn't like I had people coming to me saying, I'm ready to build $1 million business. And that's what I wanted. I think that's what we all want. We all want to feel like we're working with people who want to work with us. So when I was pregnant, I was put on bed rest, and I had already had a like page, but I had set it up. I was sharing from my like page to my personal page. I'd already invited all of my friends and family to join, and so, I probably had 1,000 likes on it, but there was no real momentum behind it. It was pretty much my same friends and family seeing what I was posting on my personal page. I would boost post, but I didn't really know what that was doing. More people were seeing it, but again, it wasn't like I was selling all these challenge packs or getting all of these coaches. So when I was put on bed rest, I decided to take the Jesse Regan Social Team Builder training. So it's just a Facebook training, and I figured if I ever have a time, now's the time to try to figure this out, right, before the baby comes. And that is really what taught me, what I should be posting on my like page, what are my avatars interested in, and then how do I run ads? How do I gain followers cost effectively, right? So I just want to share with you guys some of my top 5 tips. Last year at this time, my baby Sam, he was 1 year old on the 15th, and I just saw on my time hop thing that last year at this time, 1 year ago, had hit 10,000 likes on my like page, which was huge for me. That's when I was really able to use my cold market. Today, I hit 40,000 likes. So in 1 year, I grew by 30,000 followers. The last 3 months, I've hit over Success Club 100. Last month, I recruited over 30 coaches. And all of this is through my cold market. So I tell you this because I'm going to tell you my top 5 tips. They seem very simple, right? And they're things that we've heard before, but they work. They do work. So I'm going to start with, the content piece and then move over to more of the ads piece, right? I'm not going to teach you how to run ads, but just talk a little bit about some of my tips for running ads. So my first tip, you've heard it before, is to know your avatar. So we talk about this, right? And you might say, okay, well, my avatar is, for me, it's 30-something, young 30-something, new mom who, felt maybe didn't love being pregnant, fell out of love with her body, was terrified. Can she get her body back? Now has this new baby at home and has no idea what to do, right? So, we know those, the age, the gender, what do they look like? Describe a name. But I also think it's really important. So here are some of, my questions that I ask when looking for my avatar, right? So who's your ideal coach and customer? That's really a given. If you could describe your ideal coach and customer, what do they look like? But then I think it's really important to ask yourself, what are their biggest problems? What are they suffering with, right? Again, for me, it's that postpartum mom, the mom who doesn't know if she can get her body back. How has their past shaped them? So I want you to think about not where your customer is right now, but their whole past. Just like we think about our whole past and our stories, what are their stories? And then how can you solve these problems? And why is that important? Because you want to tell their stories and then show them a solution on your social media. So just yesterday, I posted my own Transformation Tuesday, and it was a picture of me. I just brought Sam home from the hospital, and I talked about taking 20, 30 selfies, trying to get that right angle, right? Trying not to look like I'd gained 40 pounds in my pregnancy, trying to look like the Holly that I thought that I looked like pre-pregnancy, not swollen, not, exhausted. I wanted to look beautiful in that picture with my new baby. And I did. Looking back now, I did. But I didn't see that. And so I talked about that because I think so many moms feel that way. You get home from the hospital and you hope you have that body back, right? And I have had a huge response to that. But it's because I thought about my stories and my fears and the fears of my avatar. I talked about that, and then I talked about how did I do this, right? And when I talked about how I did it, I made sure, how did I lose the weight? How did I get back to, let me just take a selfie and feel confident with it. Let me want to be in the pictures with my kids. And after I talked about that, I talked about, I did it in 30 minutes a day. I did it with workouts interrupted by diaper changes, by breastfeeding, by my kid who only takes a 30-minute cat nap, right? So I also thought about, what are their objections? What are they scared of when starting this? And I put it all out there for them. You know what? Yeah, it was 30 minutes. And I did have to take breastfeeding breaks. And I did do all these things. But I still saw results. And yes, it takes time. But that's okay because the time's going to pass anyway. And by talking about those things and really thinking about your avatar, not just what they look like, not just their age, not just, their likes and dislikes, but really what they're concerned with, you're able to address those. So I receive messages all the time from people that say, I feel like you're talking to me. I feel like you know my story. And that's what you want. So the second thing is know your own story, right? So know your avatar, know their stories, and know your story and how that works in with your avatar, right? So my stories, I talk about with my coaches, I tell them to create worry webs. Okay, so I know we talked about storytelling yesterday. A worry web is my favorite way to do it. So what is a worry web? Put yourself in the middle of this. This is you. What are your struggles? So you're gonna have your professional struggles, your family history, your personal struggles, your health and fitness struggles. You're gonna have all these bubbles off of it. And then create more, right? All your stories that go off of those. So for me, my professional, I was an engineer. I was working a 6-figure job, but I didn't love it. I wanted to stay home with my baby. Now I decided to start coaching before I was pregnant. That's great. So that's part of my story. I worked a full-time 6-figure job, 40, 60 hours a week while I built this business. Then I got pregnant. I was on bed rest. I worked this business while on bed rest. During the last 2.5 years, I've moved cross country 3 times. I'm preparing to move to France on Monday. I've been living out of a suitcase for 2 months. All of these are my stories. All of them help people see that this is possible to do in any situation. Talking about my health and fitness, talk about some of the little things that seem insignificant that I think we all just are like, oh, well, no one cares about. I grew up hating my thighs. How many people grew up hating their thighs or hating a certain part of their body, right? It seems stupid. It seems like no one cares. There's so many women that are gonna identify with that, right? So share those little struggles. Hate vegetables. Carl Deichler, perfect example. I hate vegetables, so I can talk about Shakeology that way, you know? I was previously an athlete, so I talk about that. You know, personal, again, I started this because of depression and anxiety. Living out of a suitcase for 2 months, I'm still suffering with anxiety, so I'm still sharing that. So create that worry web, create your different points, create all your stories, breadcrumb them through, right? You don't want to share everything all at once. And also know that, again, we talk about this, but I think we get in our own heads. People aren't going to see your story every day. Don't be afraid to continue sharing your story. Okay, your family history is always going to be your family history. So it's going to feel like the same story, but you're going to be able to change it up, and your new people are going to see you tell that story, and they're going to relate to it. And it's just so important with a like page and with working in a cold market, because people need to get to know you. These are not friends and family that know you. So you need to be able to tell that story so people feel connected to you. It's harder to make a sale to someone in the cold market. But if you can get to their level, know who your avatar is, talk to them. I talk to my new moms. I call out moms. I feel like I'm saying it all the time. Hashtag mom boss. I literally, for Summit, made hashtag mom boss and hashtag mini boss onesies for my team, because it is just so my brand. Don't be afraid that you're going to leave people out. Know who you're talking to and talk to them, because they're going to respond. And then become an expert. So for me, the difference with a like page and a personal page is, why do people want to follow you? You have to provide them value, okay? So for me, I love fitness. Like I said, I don't love veggies. My husband's the cook, so I'm not gonna be the girl posting a ton of great recipes on my page, posting beautiful food pictures. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. My brand is fitness. So almost every single day, I record my workout. I set up my camera, I press record, I just record my workout. Then, during Sam's nap, I edit it into a quick circuit. So I'm not a fitness expert, right? Some of us are. I'm not. Beachbody is. So I use different moves from my workout that morning, and I give them to people. Here's a 10-minute abs. This morning was a 20-minute total body workout. And they then know almost every day they're going to be able to come to my page. They're going to be able to get videos. Again, I'm not making them up. Sometimes I use Shape Magazine, Fitness Magazine. Self has a ton of Self Magazine online. There are so many circuits that you can just recreate and put on your page if that's your thing, right? That's my thing. So people come to my page for fitness. Maybe you don't like fitness, right? Maybe for you it's about learning how to eat healthy and fuel your body. So make that what you're an expert in. But you want people to come to your page for a reason. Give them something of value so they continue coming back. I get a lot of people who say, when you're giving them all these free workouts, why would they buy from you? How many of you guys have actually, my circuits, I try to make 1 minute, right? So then they fit on Instagram. 1 minute long, repeat this for 1 minute, repeat this for 1 minute, complete circuit. How many of you guys have tried doing a 20-minute circuit cut down into a 1 minute clip? It's hard. It's annoying. Wouldn't you rather just buy a video? Yes. My customers try these things. They see that I'm seeing results. They have fun with them, but it's not a full program. And so I talk about that too. I love that you guys are doing these circuits. Love hearing your results. Love that, my moms are getting abs back. If you guys are ready to go all in, go all in with me. Let's complete a fitness program. Let's go all in on the eating. We're going to drink our superfood shake. We're going to do clean eating, and then we're going to see results. And they see me. They see my Transformation Tuesdays. They see that I'm a product of the product, and they want to buy from me. They want to do the full program, right? So don't live in fear or in the scarcity mindset that, I'm going to give them so much they'll never buy from me, because it's exactly the opposite. When you provide people value, they trust you, and they want to join you in the future. So those are kind of my content tips, right? Know your avatar and talk to them. Know your story and tell it. Tell a part of your story every single day and become an expert. Know why people want to follow you. When you start a like page, you have to shift your thinking to I am my own brand. When I started my like page, I named it Team TNT, which is my team's name. Yay team. No one knew what Team TNT was. So now my like page is Holly Hillyer because people follow people. I am my own brand. You are your own brand. So you've got to switch your thinking and think about it that way. So, okay, those are our general tips, right? What are we going to be posting? My like page ad tips, right? I can't get an ads manager here for you. What I can tell you is first, don't boost post, okay? I know we've all heard that. Boosting post, unless you boost to the people who already like your page, which I don't suggest you do until you have over 10,000 followers, it's just gonna kind of go out there. You're just spending money you don't need to spend. What I did, and what I still do, I only spend money finding the right people to like my page. So I run ads for likes, okay? I only use video. So right now I have 2 ads running. The first is a pregnancy video from when I was 40 weeks pregnant. And all my ad says is something like my page for more pregnancy, fitness and health tips. Something short, sweet, simple. I only run it to mobile because they can easily click like on mobile. It's much easier than on desktop. So I have one sentence telling them why they want to like it, a video, and I run it to mobile, and I run it for $3 a day. I target the right people, and this is why you have to know your avatar. So I look at my avatar and I say, what is she buying? So for me, it's all the products that I use with my new baby, right? Think of, I don't know, things like Target Baby, Bye Bye Baby, Honest Company, like Lila Baby Carriers. Think of the products you use. Those are the kind of people that you're gonna wanna target. So this isn't about targeting someone doing 21-day fix or forget Beachbody, right? Forget that. Target the women that use the things that you do. So even if you don't have a new baby, what products are in your home? What brands do you like? What websites do you go to? All of those things. And then you're gonna create a custom audience. And again, this isn't a like page like training on ads, but you do wanna create a custom audience. You want your audience to be between 500,000 to 1 million people. Big enough that you're reaching a lot of people, not so big that you're just hitting everyone. Because again, if you've got a 14 million person audience, who are you really targeting? So you want to make sure your audience is small enough that you know you're targeting the right people. And then when you start running your ad, you want to aim to get your ad less than 10 cents per like. That means you found the right people. You have found your tribe. So I have a pregnancy one running, and then I have one with me working out with Sam running. So like my page for, new mom fitness and nutrition tips or something like that. And those are the 2 ads that I run. I only run them for likes. And this is where mindset also comes in. So my 5th tip with a like page, have to have patience. So I slowly grew my like page. I only ran it for likes, right? I know I'm getting the right people to my page. And it's taken time, but as they watch you provide the right content, provide value every single day, as they watch your transformation, they are going to want to join you. Cold market will take longer. I run ads to pregnant women. You guys, how many of them want to start a new fitness program? Not many. But it's about having patience. It's about having that long-term view. Who are they going to come to when they finish their pregnancy? After they've watched me do my entire pregnancy and then my entire postpartum journey, they're going to come to me because they saw me do it. They've been relating to me. So when you run for likes, it is going to take a little longer to then start turning over into sales, right? But that's the long-term vision. Now, as I've grown from 10,000 to 40,000 likes over the last year, I have 30,000 people who have been watching me. They've been watching my story. Every day, I have people come to me and say, I've been watching you for months. So that's something you really want to think about with a like page. This, just like this business, is not gonna happen overnight. But running for likes means you're getting the right people to your page, the people who identify with you. And this is the same with coaches. My new coaches are pretty much 99% from my cold market, and we are so alike. Meeting them at Summit, they are my tribe. I was so sick of people telling me, oh, I found my tribe, and me being like, oh my gosh, I'm like pulling teeth, I can't find them. But I did, and I did it through targeting the right people in my ads. So that is really, again, you have to have the patience, you have to have the long-term vision, but it will happen. Just last night, again, going back to know your avatar, know your story, know your brand, I had someone say, Holly, I want to be one of your hashtag mom bosses. You know that you know your brand when people are literally taking the words you use every day and sending them back to you. That's what you want to hear. You want to look at your page, you want to see consistency. So my people know, again, videos. I post pictures of Sam. So I also have a rapport with my new moms about the products I use. I go live, do videos. Let people know you. With a like page, they don't know you. So you need to get that energy across, right? Like I hope in this video that I get energy across, that you see how passionate I am about this, how this has worked for me. It's working for my team. I mean, my team is killing it, and they've all created like pages just 3 months into their business. So there's no time limit. Just do it. Get the initial training under your belt. Know what you're doing as a coach. Work off your personal page first. I definitely did. Then I switched to my like page. Once I knew I could continue hitting Success Club 10, then I moved over to my like page. Yes. So I'm glad that this was helpful. I can be super long-winded. I could talk about like pages forever. The big thing, again, I know you've heard it a million times, but knowing your avatar, your stories, knowing your avatar is gonna help you target the right people in your ads. Running ads for likes is going to be the cheapest, most cost-effective way for you to get the right people to your page. Then once you get all those people on there, then it's okay to maybe run a sponsored post, but you're just gonna run it to the people on your page. Because at that point, you've got the right people on your page, they've been following you, they trust you, it's gonna be fast. The turnover will be much faster. So thank you guys so much. I hope it helped, and have a great Wednesday. Bye guys.